Hi everyone, welcome back to your 30 days of hypopressives. I'm Alice, today's day 21, and we're going to be using a bolster or a cushion for a bit of support behind the pelvis to just get a little bit of an inversion for the poses we're going to use today. It's going to feel amazing. So if you want to grab that, and also if you've got a ball, that would be great. We're going to be using a little bit of ball work. This is the beginning of our next sort of set of pelvic floor focus flows. And yeah, so if you want to come onto the floor, and if you've got a bolster or a cushion, if you just want to bring yourself so you're up on the bolster or the cushion, I'm just going to move back a little bit. Okay, lovely. So you're going to have your feet flat on the floor to start off with. And let's have the hands in first position with the shoulders nice and heavy towards the floor there. Inhale and exhale. Breathing into the sides and into your back. And exhale. One more here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, and we're going to bring the arms up all the way into third position. Feel that stretch and length through the vacuum there. Lovely. Hold that for as long as is comfortable, and then we're going to inhale. Exhale, hands back into first position. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Arms are coming up. All the way into third position again. Lovely, really leaning to that support behind your pelvis. And then inhale. And exhale. Lovely. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Arms are coming up all the way to the top. Super. And then inhale when you're ready. Exhale. Pop your hands onto your cushion or just next to you in this low V. Inhale. And exhale. One more here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, arms coming up all the way to the top. Reaching towards your fingertips there. Feel that length through the spine. Feels so good. Inhale. Exhale. Again, hands just kind of level with the sides of you there. Inhale. Exhale. And then we're just going to do one more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, arms coming up all the way to the top. Reaching towards your fingertips there. Super. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into asymmetrical legs. So if you want to dorsiflex at the ankles there, bring that knee all the way towards the hand there. Bring your arm up into the top position there. Elbows out. I'm going to hold a little bit further down because it's a little bit of a stretch there. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. And exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. And then we're going to bring that leg up into that leg raise position. Lovely. And then when you're ready, inhale. Exhale, lower that leg down, back onto your knee. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath, stretch your ribs, and then bring that leg up again. Lovely. super. And then when you're ready, we're going to switch over. So bring that leg down, dorsiflex at the ankles, right foot on the left knee. Bring that knee all the way towards your hand there, right arm at the top there. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath, stretch your ribs, and then bring that right leg up into the air. Nudge that leg towards your hand, elbows out. Lovely. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale. Exhale, pop your foot back down on that leg. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath, stretch your ribs and bring that leg up again. Bring that leg towards your hand there, elbows out. Lovely, and then inhale when you're ready. Feet flat on the floor this time, and we're going to have the ball between our hands. What we're going to do is, on the breath hold, is bring the foot up into the 90-90 and the other one. You can bring them in if you like, or have them together. So whichever variation you want. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Keep squeezing on the ball. Bring one foot up. And then the other one into the 90-90. And as I said, if you pop the legs together if you'd like, or you can bring them in just a little bit further, or just keep them in the 90-90 if that feels good for you. And then inhale, exhale, pop your feet down. Inhale, softening on the ball. Exhale, squeeze. One more here. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. Hold your breath, stretch your ribs, and then one foot coming up and the other into the 90-90. Keep squeezing on the ball, keep those ribs lovely and open. Super, and then we're just going to hold it there for the next one. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Keep squeezing on the ball there. Super. Keep those ribs nice and wide. And then inhale. Exhale. Pop your feet down. Lovely. One more here. So 2 breaths. Inhale, softening on the ball. Exhale, squeeze. And then one more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. And then we're going to bring one leg up to the top and the other one. And again, if you want to bring the legs together, that's fine. Keep squeezing on the ball. Keep the ribs nice and wide there. And then inhale when you're ready. Exhale, bring your feet down. So we're just going to pop our toes on the floor this time. Something a little bit different. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. One more breath here. Exhale, squeeze. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs and then bring the right leg up into the air. Keep squeezing on the ball there. Lovely. Inhale when you're ready. Lovely. So inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. One more here. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. Hold your breath, stretch your ribs. And we're going to bring the left leg up. That top
position. Keep squeezing on the ball there. Super. Inhale when you're ready. Exhale, bring that leg down, and we're going to bring both of them in towards you like this. You can have the toes pointed or you can dorsiflex at the ankles. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Keep holding this position here. Keep your ribs nice and wide. Super. Take a breath when you're ready. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. One more breath here. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, and then we're just going to lengthen the legs there, squeezing on the ball. And as I said, you can dorsiflex at the ankles, or you can have the toes up towards the ceiling. Super. And then inhale when you're ready. Exhale, bring your legs down. We're going to have the feet flat on the floor there. Arms in the low V. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. One more here. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Arms are coming up all the way to the top, reaching towards your fingertips. Keep squeezing on the ball there. Lovely. And then inhale when you're ready. Exhale, bring your arms down. We're going to come onto tiptoes there. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. One more breath here. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Arms are coming all the way to the top, reaching towards your fingertips there. Lovely. And then inhale when you're ready. Exhale, bring your arms down, feet flat on the floor. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. One more breath here. Exhale, squeezing on the ball. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, arms coming up, and also come onto tiptoes as well. Keep squeezing on the ball. Lovely. And then inhale when you're ready. Exhale, bring your arms down. Final one, we're going to have dorsiflexion of the ankles here. So toes tucked up. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. And then one more inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Arms are coming all the way to the top. Keep squeezing on the ball there. Reach towards your fingertips. Keep the ribs nice and open. And then inhale when you're ready. And we're just going to pop the ball down, slowly come off your bolster or your cushion. We're going to roll over and come up. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know how you're getting on in the comments. I always love to hear from you. And yeah, let me know how you're getting on. Take care.